Welcome to the Prescott Home Value Report through April 2023, brought to you by the Prescott Pickle Lady, Diane Bro Realtor. As you can probably tell, I am not the Pickle Lady. That's me in the bottom right-hand corner. My name's Randall, and the Pickle Lady has authorized me to show you the following slides, so let's get started. As always, we start with prices. So these are the median sales price per square foot for Prescott, broken out by month. As always, blue is last year, red is this year, and these are the results month by month. So comparing this April to last April, we are down 4%. People are saying, wow, negative appreciation. Oh my God, we're imploding. Listen, if this is the crash that everyone's talking about, it's pretty minimal. It's 4%. 4%. So let me tell you kind of what's going on here. For starting in March of last year, things really should have settled out, and they didn't. They went up and then they came down. But basically, you can think of the Prescott market, the Prescott prices as being kind of flat. All of last year, right around this 320 figure per square foot. September, we had a bump up. It came right back down again. And then in November, it started to go down. In December, it went down a little bit, which it usually does. January went down a bit. February went down a bit. That, people, that's the correction. That's the big implosion that we had. And meantime, we have been appreciating, and we've been in line with the appreciation from last year, which is astounding. We had 5% appreciation month over month from March. So that's this little bump up right here. So we're in lockstep with last year. We're only 4% lower than last year. We are kicking, people. This is a great, great market. Here is volume. This chart works kind of the same as the last chart. Instead of prices, though, we're looking at transaction volume. So these are the number of homes that closed in each month. We have been running about 40%, 30% lower than last year. That's been what's been reported around the country. Everyone's been saying, you know, the volume's kind of soft. But last month, I think that was still about 25%. I forget. Look at this. We had a drop last year from March to April, which generally we do. The volume goes off for whatever reason. We had a drop this year, but our drop this year was not as precipitous as last year. So we have closed that gap. That is only about 20%. So we are closing the gap on volume in Prescott, and our prices are beginning to appreciate quite sharply again. We're looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good in Prescott Valley as well. Here's the price chart for Prescott Valley. We are running -6 under last year. Things have just been really flat. I'd like a slow decline last year, slow and kind of flat. Now we did go up a little bit since February. We're basically flat from March, which is better than declines. I mean, we're kind of holding. We got flat last year. We're flat now. We're just flat, and we have already declined. So we're about 6% under last year. I'm thinking that's our correction, 6%. After 2 months of 30% back-to-back appreciation, a 6% decline is not what I would call catastrophic. Here are volumes for Prescott Valley. Again, we had a dip last year and a dip this year. These look more in line with one another. I think that is a 27% short from last year, about 20 on Prescott, which in the scheme of things is pretty good, compares really well with a lot of other areas. So you may ask, well, does that mean it's a buyer market, seller market? What are we looking at here? Well, to answer that question, we use something called the pending ratio analysis. Works something like this. In Prescott, so we're back to Prescott now, we had 466 homes on the market. Of those, 112 were pending. Turns out 112 is 24% of 466. So our pending ratio is 24%. If you look up 24% on our handy dandy color chart here, you'll see anything in the 20s is considered a buyer's market. So we got a buyer's market kind of in the middle of the buyer's market, right in the middle of fairway there. 466 homes on the market. Last month were about 430. So that is, not quite a 10% increase. I guess 10% would be 46, but we're looking pretty good. Inventory is going in the right direction, at least as far as our buyers are concerned. I think we've been a little anemic on inventory, so glad to see that it is increasing. If you break that out by price point, don't pay much attention to this hundreds. There was all of one home there, and it is pending, so they have a 100% pending ratio. By the way, the reds, that's the pending ratio, broken out by price point. So this is the price point, the pending ratio for 200s, 300s, 400s, and so on. The blue bars down here, that is our number of homes sold, so that's our volume. And you could see, we have very little in the 200s. They had all of one in the 100s, a little bit in 300s. We get to the 400s, we start getting a little more volume here. Generally, this goes down to the right. The higher the price point, the more of a buyer's market it is. Usually, that's the pattern we see. Got a couple of weird things going on. Not sure why the pending ratio is so low in the 400s. Not sure why that is. Usually it's a little higher, and then it starts going up. 500s, 600s. So the 600s is a balanced market. 400s is almost a strong buyer's market. That's kind of weird. A little glitch here. And then the 700s have been kind of weird for a while. That is a strong buyer's market now, kind of where we expect it to be. The only other glitch is the 900s. For some reason, the 900s is a little more of less of a buyer's market. It's not a strong buyer's market. It's just a buyer's market. But here's the thing. Even homes $1 million plus are not an extreme buyer's market. It's a strong buyer's market. Usually $1 million plus in Prescott, you're talking extreme buyer's market, and it's not. It's just strong. So that's good. How long does it take for homes to sell in Prescott? It takes about 4 months to get to a contract, and escrows have been running about a month and a third. This was about, I want to say it was 3.6 last month. Now it's 4.0, so 0.4 of a month. That's about 2 weeks. So it extended out about 2 weeks. Doing the same analysis over for Prescott Valley, their pending ratio is 35%, which is a balanced market. Prescott Valley has been a balanced market for a few months now. 238, that's about the same amount of inventory as last time. I think it was 230 or 235 last time. So a marginal increase in inventory. Breaking things out by price point. Again, 200s is barely anything there. So don't pay much attention to 100s and the 200s. 300s is an extreme seller's market. Anything that low in either market, they're going to go fast. We get to the 400s and we start getting significant volume. Buyer's market in the 400s, strong. Extreme in the 800s. And then for whatever reason, 900s, it's in a millions. Now, these are not big denominators, so these aren't really robust statistics. But it's kind of interesting that 900s and a million is getting closer and closer to a balanced market. The high-end market in Prescott Valley is kind of its own thing. All right, so how long does it take for homes to sell in Prescott Valley? Answer there is 2.3 months to get to a contract. It was a little less than 2 last month, so it was that same 0.4 of a month increase. So now close to 2.5, about a 2 1/3, 1.2 months in escrow in PV. So our highlights: Prescott prices are up 5% over last month, which is a nice little knock, but we're still year over year at -4. PV prices are flat year over year at -6. Prescott volumes are running about 20% lower than last year, 27% lower than last year in PV. Prescott pending ratio is 24%, which is a buyer's market. PV at 35, which is a balanced market. Homes are going under contract in about 4 months in Prescott, 2.3 months in PV, and escrows are running about 1.2 months. Look, if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots more for you in the Prescott Home Value Report. This is just a summary. We go into specific subdivisions and just a whole bunch of stuff. So lots of slicing and dicing. So I would encourage you to download that report and get it in full. We update this report every month, but it is not the only report we do. We also have what we call the Appraiser's Eye View, which is the last 6 months of the latest comps. And it's broken out by subdivision. In fact, Prescott Lakes, we break it out by neighborhood, so it's very, very detailed. This is an example of what you'll see in the chart. This would be a subdivision. It is sorted by price per square foot, the number of months that it took the home to sell, square footage, the year it was built, how many stories, how many acres, and whether the listing agent is reporting the home having a view or not. Using this, you can look at all the different comps that occurred. You can see the average down here. So using this, it's a really good tool to figure out what you should be paying for a home or where you might want to price a home that you are selling. So a really cool tool. We even have a video which goes through how to use this information to come up with value estimates for homes.
We do a whole lot of tools like this, all of them really very cool for both buyers and sellers. And one thing I should point out is you can't get these from any place else. These are exclusive. You can only get them from the Prescott Pickle Lady.
And all of this is part of our page. We call it Prescott by the Numbers, or more commonly the Pickle page. So if you're on the Pickle page, you know the Pickle page. But if you're not the Pickle page, well, you should get to the Pickle page. And you do that by subscribing. We update it every month. If you subscribe, we will send you a monthly email update with the link so you can go download all the reports that you want. Even if you're not all that interested in getting every single month, just having access to these tools will give you a real leg up when it comes to the real estate game. I hope you found this informative and maybe slightly entertaining, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Please take a moment to look below and find the button that'll take you to the Pickle page. We'll see you there.